Sadly, it's been announced that Austin Forkner will not be racing tonight in Houston after his crash yesterday during the press day riding. And I'm going to say this, I'm assuming this is why a lot of the top 250 riders do not do the opposite coast on 450. Like, inherently, there's always a chance of hurting yourself when you're riding a dirt bike, whether it's at practice or at a race. There's always a chance that something can go wrong and you can get hurt. Now, this is a 6-round experiment. He's supposedly racing the 250 on the East Coast. So this was hey, jump on the 450, race the 6 West rounds, get some experience. Maybe it's an experiment to see where he would fall and if he moves up next year with the team. I don't know that for sure, but sadly, out of the 4 rounds, he's missed 2 of them due to crashes and injury. Obviously, he missed the San Diego main event after crashing in qualifying, and now he's missing the Houston main event after crashing and the press day riding, and it's just not good. I mean, he's finished 15th and 17th at Anaheim 1 and 2 respectively, and it doesn't exactly seem to be a positive experiment at the moment. Experience, whatever you want to call it. Triumph did quote say, "Unfortunately, Austin Forkner sustained a hand injury during a crash on press day and will not take part in today's proceedings. Heal up fast, Austin." And I'm just going to say this myself. There's 4 riders helping get that bike off of him before anybody of a safety staff or anybody else is there. It's absolutely insane. I'm going to say this every single time. It's insane how they deal with crashes in this sport. I mean, the fact that the first picture you saw is he crashed, had a bike hit him and land on him. Here it is, crashes, goes face first into the ground, bike hits him, lands on him, and they have him walking. I don't understand the safety protocols of this, how that makes any sense at all. I mean, there should be some sort of thought to, hey, we don't know what could be injured. Let's take the precaution of not moving them and not letting them put stress on their body and their back and their neck and whatever. But that's a whole nother point, and we're just going to keep harping on that because it's important. But it does suck for him. I mean, obviously his injury career, I guess that's what you would call it, is an injury career at this point, has been every single year. And they're not small ones. They're always big crashes. They're always, dangerous looking ones. And to never finish a season without being hurt is crazy. I mean, you think at one point he was racing Jet Lawrence for a 250 title. And you look now, Jet's won titles. He's in the 450s. He's been there for years. And Forkner is 27, 28, something like that. Still, kind of figuring out where he is. I mean, he is always fast, always talented. If he's not injured, like the last few years, well, he was a championship contender. And then obviously last year he kind of just did the I'm going to make it through. And obviously the first 2 rounds, going 15th and 17th, and that's not exactly where you want a factory guy to be. I mean, he should be up in at least 10th, racing for podiums. But, it's kind of one of those, at some point you can't just race to finish. You need to race to be competitive. I don't know. Hopefully he's not too bad and we can still see him, maybe for the rest of the 450 rounds he had planned, or at least still for the 250 rounds that was supposedly planned. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys. Comment down below. Who do you think wins Houston? While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things as platform as you do, because it does really help me out. And I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.